just have to understand what the risks are, and so things can cascade. That's what.
Well, I know what the risks are. I only have 8 toes, so I'm pretty sure I understand.
It's been a minute since we've talked about Coach Prime and the Colorado football team and made a primetime video. Where my Buff fans at? Where my Colorado fans at? Where the Buff Nation? Have y'all missed me? You've been missing videos? Probably not. It is what it is. In tonight's late time video, in tonight's primetime video, we got to talk about something that I didn't anticipate talking about, and I didn't plan on making this. I think a lot of you were waiting on this video because this has been the most highly requested video on the channel within the past 24 hours. You guys have been blowing me up on Twitter, Instagram, I've seen it in the YouTube comment section, and thank you for that. I see all of it. How do I say this and how do I want to word this? We got a sad situation to talk about and go over. When I first heard the news, it got to me. It hit me because I can kind of and somewhat relate to it, and I'll speak on that in just a second. I can relate to it a little bit, and I'll explain why later in this video. Mr. Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, whatever you like to call him, he has received some of the worst news that anybody out there can ever receive. It's sad, it really is. We're going to talk all about that in tonight's video. And hold on. Is there any other better way to end off your week? To start your weekend than a primetime video? I don't think so. Hope you guys had a great week, an even better weekend. We got a lot to talk about and go over. I'm actually going to react to some videos, and there's a lot of stuff I got to show you. All right, Matt, blah, blah, blah. Shut the crap up. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. I don't know a way to ease into things. We're just jumping straight into it. Just like my man right here said, I know you got the Coach Prime toe/foot problem via cooking, hoping the best for Coach. A lot of you guys have sent me this, and like I said, I greatly appreciate that, but Deion Sanders, he's having some serious health problems and medical complications. I think that's the best way to say it, medical complications. What are those complications? Well, remember, he's been having some problem with his foot, and he's continuing to have those problems. It hasn't gotten too much better. And it is now being stated that Coach Prime could lose not just, a toe, but his entire foot. Yep, that's right. You heard me correctly. Now, I'm going to be brutally honest with all of you. I had a couple people send me this, and I thought it was one of those memes and people were joking about it, but no, it's true. To give you some more context on the situation, he already has 2 of his toes amputated. Currently, as where we stand, 2 toes already gone. He recently had surgery. I think some of y'all are going to remember at Jackson State. He had that, what would you call it, like a cart that he would roll himself on. And I thought it was going to get better, but unfortunately it hasn't, and if anything, it's gotten worse. I mean, right off the bat, already having 2 toes gone, that sucks. But now the possibility of losing more, that's even worse, but sometimes you gotta do that so it doesn't get even worse than that. There's a lot to this, but I want to try to dumb this down in the simplest way as possible. To give you some context on the situation, the reason he's even seen these doctors is because of this right here, quote unquote. Like, I can make it through 3/4 of a game, then after that, I'm on meds and everything. I'm limping, I got a little stroll at the beginning of the game, and right after the 3rd quarter, I'm limping like crazy. In other terms, Deion Sanders, yeah, he can walk fine and it doesn't hurt him the first 2 or 3 quarters, but by that 4th quarter, he feels a lot of pain, and that's why he's seeing the doctors again. And here's what one of the doctors said. Ordinarily, you have 3 arteries that are putting blood to your foot. After the procedures you had before, it's down to 1. And yeah, that's concerning. Here's what Deion Sanders has to say about that. I don't have feeling in the bottom of my foot at all. I just want to know what we can do because I want to do it this summer. Because when we get rolling, I'm not going to have time to do it. And that's a great point by Deion Sanders because by August, not even September, by August, it's going to be pedal to the metal. Pedal to the metal. Is that, or is it metal to the pedal? Or I don't know. I think I messed up. You get what I'm trying to say. Pedal to the metal. Does that even make, I don't know. Matt, shut up. Gonna move on. Sorry. So long story short, Mr. Deion Sanders, Coach Sanders, he's going through a lot of pain. Now, next up, I'm going to show you a video clip. I've had quite a bit of people send me. They want me to react to this. I haven't seen it, but it's from the pregame show. We've reacted to their videos before. You should know this channel. And do me a solid, go subscribe to them. They are really close to 100K. If you like Colorado content and like keeping up with Deion Sanders, one of the best channels out there. We're going to react to a little bit to their video. Matt wrote a clip.
Take off more tissue, and you're on the end of the foot. And if that doesn't heal,
so you're saying like he could lose that toe too?
He could lose the foot. That's what I'm talking about.
That's bigger.
I mean, that's is a risk.
Yeah,
what's
right.
the risk of that is, we just throw out. I know you're hurting, you can't function well, but to get through a season where you could be off of it, and if there were complications and you had time to deal with them, would be different than going into the season. That's in the meantime.
Yeah, so you heard it right there from the doctors themselves. he might lose the foot. And the reason I hate to hear that is because I'll give you some more background information on your boy Matt, aka White Randy. I tore not one, but both of my ACLs. The first one I tore, I was in 11th grade, and that was really the pretty much career-ending injury for myself. I tore my ACLs, both my meniscuses, my patella tendon, and my MCL and PCL. It was bad, to say the least. It was bad. To give y'all some more context, this was in a basketball game, not a football game. It was the opening game of the season, in which, heading into the fourth quarter, I had 32 points. I was playing one of, if not the best game of my life, got 32 heading into the fourth. In the first play of the fourth quarter, I go up to block a shot and land bad on my knee, I had a bad landing, and your knee caves in, and the rest is history. That was pretty much the end to my athletic career. That knee injury was so bad that I remember seeing multiple doctors. I flew out to see Dr. Andrews in Pensacola, Florida, and he told me I'd be lucky just to walk normal again. Not even running and jogging and playing sports, just to walk and live a normal life. That was his words. So when it comes to hearing bad information like this, I just always remember those days when I was hearing those bad information, and I have a lot of empathy. I don't care if Deion Sanders' playing days are over. We're talking about losing a foot, guys. This is terrible news. And what's even worse about this is he's in pain. I could sit up here all day and talk about that. Long story short, it's frustrating. I relate to it. And before some of y'all say you feel bad for me, well, here's the great news about that. If I never had that career-ending injury, I wouldn't have started this YouTube channel. Everything happens for a reason, and with Deion Sanders, just hang in there, man. I'm praying for you, and I hope you guys are praying for him as well. Let's check out the rest of this video, see if any more interesting things come up.
Do some treatments to get it feeling better and see if we can get you through the season when it would be easier to just take 2 weeks off and chill. What I'm hearing from you is there really is no easier. Like,
It ain't no easy.
yeah, like it's not gonna, like your life doesn't shut down after we hoist the championship trophy.
No, it gets more.
It speeds up, maybe.
Yeah, it speeds up. Now you're in recruiting and this and that.
Yeah.
This is times where speaking engagements, commercials. This is those times right now.
But I think
this
what
is
we,
the best downtime I have.
yeah. So I think what we look at then is, I mean, if we just do the toe and not, because that's a percutaneous decision. We pin the toe, and we would know on the table that it's perfused.
Yeah, that's also a interesting part of this, and really the hardest decision about this, because whenever you're doing something like this, you got to have time to recover. And the problem, like Deion Sanders just stated, is when you're a head football coach, you don't have time. I think a lot of people are like, oh yeah, they just show up on Saturdays and show up to a couple of practices and get paid millions of dollars. They're not really working that hard. No. They're worth every single penny. These head football coaches are under so much stress. They're probably working 12, 14 hours a day. Even when the season's over, like he stated, in the offseason, you're actually working more because you're recruiting. Deion Sanders, he's doing commercials. There's just so much crap that goes on, especially if you're Deion Sanders. So that's another problem with this. I mean, when would he even have time for this surgery? I don't know, man. I have no idea.
Step blood flow, and that would straighten out the toe. So it's kind of sitting down, back down, just get it.
Yeah, because the other one like is on its way too.
Yeah.
To doing the same thing.
Hold on. I know it's a little off topic, but who that blonde chick? I ain't gonna lie, she kind of bad. She kind of bad, man. I ain't gonna lie. Nah, hold on, scratch that. She bad. She like a 9 out of 10. I ain't gonna lie, it's my type of girl. She probably know a little bit about football. Probably likes kicking it with the boys. Hey, all I'm saying is, what's her at? Hey, man, this is for research purposes only. This is for video purposes only. I ain't gonna do nothing crazy.
There's like a certain blood vessel in it that wouldn't.
Hold on. They threw her name in here. Miss Lauren. She's an athletic trainer for Colorado. Okay. Miss Lauren Askevold, I believe is how you say her last name. Hey, if you want to get coffee and just talk about football, nothing crazy, just, business stuff, talk about football, hit me up. This is strictly business purposes only. Nothing about no relationship, none of that. I told all my young guys out there, I tell you guys, stay away from girls, go to the gym, grind. You'll come back and thank me 10 years later. I still believe that, but me and Mr. Lauren here, this is just business stuff. What am I doing, man? We're supposed to be talking about Coach Prime focusing on this injury, and I'm talking about Lauren. I wound up watching the last 4 to 5 minutes of this video. Nothing I'm going to show you guys because it's just these doctors talking in not even English. It's all the doctor talk. Like I already stated, if you want to check out this entire video, go to the pregame show on YouTube. I'll put it up and I'll pop it up right here. I'll leave a link to it down in the description. Awesome channel, awesome behind the scenes stuff. You guys know that. But yeah, for Deion Sanders, I feel terrible for you, man, and I'm wishing you the best of luck. I hope you have whatever you choose to do. I don't know what they're going to do. They didn't clarify it in this video. I'm sure they haven't even decided, but whatever y'all plan on doing, I hope it goes well. I can't imagine losing a foot. I hope for you it doesn't have to come to that, but if it does, It does. Gosh, man, that just sucks, and I can't emphasize that enough. Let me know your thoughts down below. Praying for you, Coach Prime. Right away, Billy!